My 3 rules of buying elbow pads. Rule number 1. There's 3 rules to elbow pads. The first and most important rule of an elbow pad is it needs to be comfortable. I know that some people aren't going to see that as the first and most important rule. They're going to say, oh, well, it needs to have better coverage. It needs to have better padding. But if the pad's not comfortable, you're not going to wear it. Your kid's not going to wear it. And if your kid's not going to wear it, then what's the point of having an elbow pad? The second rule of elbow pads is you want to have good protection. You want to have the right protection. You want to have the protection in the right spots. And then third, you want to buy your elbow pads from a reputable, quality company. If you do that, then your kid is going to be safe. They're going to have the experience of that company for all the from all the testing that they've done, and it really makes sure that you're going to get a good quality product. We want to share with you the 3 elbow pads that our boys are using right now, and hopefully that will help you as a parent or someone else trying to help a kid be safe as they're mountain biking. The G-form elbow pads are the pads that my boys wear the very most. These are very, very comfortable pads. They work really well, and they're pads that have just been a go-to for our kids. The reasons they like them so much is it's a full sleeve, so they can put their arm completely through the elbow pad. It has very good elastic, and that elastic holds the elbow pad in place, and it also has neoprene in there to make sure that it doesn't move. With the G-form pads, they're very flexible, and when they're hit with a force, that's when they actually become rigid and provide the protection. With the G-form pad, it's really, really important to make sure you get a properly sized pad. If you don't get the proper sizing of these pads, then it's really not of any use to buy them. You want to make sure that they fit tightly, but not so tight that they're going to restrict circulation and blood flow, but that they're going to stay in place. So when looking for G-form pads, I encourage you to go through their fit guide, make sure you measure your kids' arms and see where they fall in line with the fit that's there. If they're on the edge, especially if they're on the edge of going on to the size, next size larger, I'd advise staying in that smaller portion. For kids ages 3 to 8, these are the pads that we would recommend getting. These are the Fox Titan Race pads, and from my experience, they've been the very best value pad that we could find. They have very good comfort. It has a nice sleeve that the kid's arm can slide through. Also, you have some nice straps that go around their arms and their biceps and allows for the kid to be very comfortable with the pad, but also have good protection. These pads aren't as flexible as some of the other ones that we're going to talk about, the other 2 we're going to talk about, but they do offer good protection. It's got a nice rigid plate here that allows, when a kid does fall off, to have some good impact protection. For our youngest, this is what he wears every time we go riding. We have kind of a set rule in our house that if we're going to go out riding, especially anything that's beyond just up and down our driveway, that he wears elbow and knee pads. And these have worked well. They've been comfortable for him. He's been able to ride just about everything that he's wanted to without having any major complaints from the elbow pads causing any issues. Once again, our recommendation for those younger kids is the Fox Titan series pads. They're really the best value, and of what we've tested and tried, I wouldn't try anything else. It's worked really well. The last pad that we've been working and using quite a bit is the Leatt 3DF pads. These are a great mix between the G-form pads and the Fox Titan pads, in that it has a nice comfortable sleeve that's really really nice for a kid to wear. Once again, they forget that it's on them. It has good breathable fabric on the back that allows for perspiration to seep out and also for air to flow through. And then in addition, it has a nice elbow cup, and that elbow cup allows for the positioning of the elbow to be in the right spot, and it has neoprene inside that cup to allow for the kid's elbow to stay where it needs to stay. These are really another good option when it comes to pads. We bought these for Oliver. He's not quite grown into them, and so in the meantime, he's been using the Fox Titan pads to tide him over until these fit well. They're once again a good option when it comes to buying kids' elbow pads. We know that there's lots and lots of pads out there. There are some that you've probably tried that you like far greater than any of these three. And if you have, leave us a comment and share with us your experiences. We'd certainly love to be able to share that information with more of our mountain biking family community. Kid information and kid styled safety gear is pretty hard to come by, and so the more voices and the more opinions we can have, the better that we all can help each other to make good informed decisions. I hope you enjoyed this little video just talking about these 3 different pads, and hopefully it will help you to find some good protective gear for your children. We know that they're happier when they are safe, because they can have the tumbles, they can have the falls, and get up and be able to enjoy the riding that we all love to do.